Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to a new episode of the League of Myths series. Please don't forget to throw in a like if you end up enjoying this episode. But let us go straight to the first myth. This one submitted by Monty. What activates first on Aatrox? Guardian Angel, Zilean's ultimate, or Aatrox's passive? So in this one I was playing Aatrox and you can see I do have my Guardian Angel and the Vayne is ready to kill me, and just as a Zilean uses his ultimate, the Vayne does just that. The first thing that seems to activate is Zilean's ultimate. But out of curiosity, what goes next? So the Vayne continues auto-attacking me to try and kill me a second time, but this time it seems like my item, Guardian Angel, activates second. So Aatrox can obviously be extremely difficult to kill if you have a Zilean on your team and Guardian Angel, as he revives for a total of 3 times, making him almost immortal. The next myth submitted by OleHJoe on Twitter. If Thresh Qs a target and then uses the second part where he flies to the target, but mid-flight that target dies, what happens to Thresh? So the reason this one is somewhat interesting is because whenever Thresh's Q kills a target, Thresh does not gain the option to fly towards that target's location. So with that being said, we set up a nice little test case scenario. Mundo has a lot of tenacity, and as I Q him, the second the CC is finished, he flashes to the side and I follow him. And as I'm flying to the Thresh, the Pantheon kills him, but you can clearly see that Thresh still flies to the location of Mundo, even though he's already dead. Going into the third myth, what happens if 2 Warwicks ulti each other at the same time? So to test this one, we put each other quite a distance apart and we both attacked each other with our ultimate, and we let the Warwicks run up to each other, so that we don't determine this based on who used their ultimate faster. And from this you can see that I used my ultimate first, and the second my ultimate finished, the other Warwick automatically used his, because his ultimate was still in queue. So from the first try, we thought it was simply just a roll of the die and that either Warwick can go first. It's just completely random. So we decided to do a best of 3. But in the current scenario, I used my ultimate second, but it activated first, which made me think maybe the person that uses their ultimate second will actually get the first hit. And that happens to be true. It seems to work like a stat. The Warwick that uses the skill itself on the enemy Warwick's second will actually have it activate first, since he's technically higher on the Q stack. And then the Warwick that used his ability first will automatically use his ultimate after the other Warwick's ultimate is done. So TLDR, using your ultimate second is actually better. And the final myth of this episode, can 2 Blitz or Threshes grab a target that the other champion is already grabbing, hence interrupting each other? So for this myth, there are 2 test case scenarios. In the first one I used my hook first, landed on the Mundo, and then Blitz uses his hook. But this one does not interrupt Thresh's hook and I can still fly to my target. But the second scenario is more interesting, because this one Blitz is gonna use his hook first and hit the Mundo first, and then Thresh will hit his. And as it happens, you can see that the Thresh interrupted Blitz's hook, completely preventing Blitz's target from being able to fly to Blitz, which can be a bad thing if you're on the same team. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the League of Myths series. If you did, definitely throw in a like and share it with your friends. I would really much appreciate that. On top of that, you can also have a chance to have your name featured and your myth featured in the next episode. All you have to do is submit your myth underneath this video or on my Facebook or Twitter fan pages, both Redmercy LOL. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and I hope to see you next time. Peace.